What's going on, everybody? It's Crypto Vision here, back again with another Monday live stream. I hope you had a great weekend. Hope you did something that you enjoy with some loved ones, by yourself, whatever it may be. Had a great weekend. Watched the fights, the UFC fights. Won a nice bet, so that was great. But overall, had a great weekend. Um, Buddy of mine graduated from grad school, so it was a great weekend. We had some in terms of the charts. We had some green on crypto. Closed the week, another week green, another week a strong close. Started off the week red, which is beautiful, building a bullish candle. I've talked about many times. I like to see red right after the close on Sundays, getting some bullish candles formed. We had the 2 week candles close and 3 week candles close. Pardon me. So we're going to go ahead, take a look at that. There is some news on the Middle East. We're going to be taking a look at that. Some macro charts, as always. If you're interested in a free Discord where we talk about crypto, traditional stocks, precious metals, we talk about it all. Go ahead, check out the link in the description. Everyone is welcome. If you're bullish, if you're bearish, if you're neutral, everyone is welcome. I also offer a paid Patreon membership where you get instant chart updates upon request. You get Friday breakdown videos. You get in-depth analysis and write-ups based on what's going on in the markets, right? There's no hindsight. There's nothing where I go back and edit anything. It's all up front, right? And it would help the channel out a ton. So if you're interested in any of those, go ahead, check it out. Without further ado, let's go ahead, get into today's live stream. So in terms of the Middle East, right? The Middle East, we are looking at a extended ceasefire, and a ceasefire was put in place for Ukraine and Russia. If you did not know, it's a 3-day ceasefire, so that's great. That's good. That's good news. Let's get that war resolved as well. The Iranian and the Iran-U.S. talks kind of fell through the floor a little bit. There was some clashing over the weekend. Some drones shot down. Some boats, right? I think they did actually attack a non-military vessel. So that's not great, right? So there's a lot of tension over there. The blockade is still in place. So their economy is struggling heavily and mightily. So that is kind of the plan right now from the current administration. Just stop their progress in rebuilding whatever they have lost through cutting off economic ties. Okay, and so that's going on right now. In terms of the Clarity Act markup, it is being talked about right now. They are debating any kind of additives or removals before they put it on the floor for voting on the 14th. So it should be hitting the floor on the 14th. We'll see if anything comes out of it. We're looking for just a open dialogue, right? We want to see banks come to the table without trying to push for their narrative of wanting to take control. Okay, so Senator Scott is leading the charge on that. I don't know where Lumens is, right? She was supposed to be the go-to, but right now she's not. She's talking about it, but she's not really taking the charge on that. So that's gonna be marked up on the 14th, and then last but not least, Trueflation. So Trueflation came in once again, and it has caught back up with where the current inflation is. It's back at 1.91%. Okay, main contributor is gas, and all types of oils, right? All types of oils. And then food is a large contributing factor to the year-over-year inflation report. So that's something we have to keep an eye on as well. That's not going to really stabilize until the Middle East conflict stabilizes. And then also there's talks about Venezuela, right? Trying to get Venezuela's, not embassy just open, but trying to enter into talks with a deal, right, moving forward. So that's going to be huge for oil replacing the Middle East, right? You need something in the Western Hemisphere to rely on. So the Panama Canal now becomes a strait, and we control the world's supply and demand, right? So that's what's kind of going on right now. We've choked off that side of the world, and now we're establishing our own. Okay, so right now what we got going on is green on the markets, right? Green on the markets. Oil rose a little bit. Oil rose. It's right around our key level. It's at $97. So oil rose a little bit. Precious metals have rose a little bit. We've talked about the correction that precious metals are in. We've talked about that many times. We can lightly cover that. But a big thing is really the altcoins that we've been talking about. Ondo, Tars AI has gone crazy now. Okay, so a couple of these other cryptos have really started to move and groove, and that's something we want to see. We want to see, these altcoins actually have some sort of upside momentum and not just give it all back. All right, I think I'm back. All right, I'm back. For some reason my stream just dropped. It's so weird how it does that sometimes. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're talking about stablecoin dominance. We've talked about this chart for a very long time, and this 7091 level, you bounced right through here. You stayed above it. That's bullish. Okay, but now we're down below this 7091 level. Okay, big area, and you started the week green, which is good. You got that big wick, which we like to see. Okay, so we're just talking about price action. We don't just immediately get into indicators and the million indicators that people use. No, we price action is king. Price action is always king on this channel. Okay, and the way the channel works, the way the channel operates is none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. These are just my ideas. These are my levels, right, that I use to trade. Okay, that I use to invest in. Okay, this 7091, you can see it all through here. Big areas of interest, large area of interest, and then look at all this right in through here. Candle closes, candle opens, candle closes, candle opens, candle closes. Just tons of interest right through here, and same thing right through here. Hey, just ping-ponging back and forth. And then once you lost this for good, okay, you lost it, and you couldn't reclaim, that's when real good things happened. Real good things happened. So we're still not out of the woods yet. It's very similar to what we were tracking on Bitcoin dominance. We're going to talk about some Bitcoin dominance. Losing this is key, but then keeping it, right? You can't just come right back up, because then it doesn't really, it's not gonna affect the crypto world in the way that we want. Okay, so we still really need to hold this. I did want to check this out, the monthly chart, and I want to check out, where are you? The Ashi candles, Ashi. Okay, so we got the Ashi candles. The last couple times that this closed red underneath a trend line, I mean, this did close red under here, but a full body candle close. It's still, the month isn't over yet, right? The month is not over yet, but we're looking for something that is, something down through here. We're closing down below the 7091 level. Okay, that's this last candle right through here. Once you really closed, you really tanked. Okay, so seeing red on this chart is very good. It's not always equated to a green candle is a green bar, right? It's not always equated to that. Okay, so we can use XLM for instance, right? XLM's Ashi candle is red, regular candle is green. Okay, so it factors in momentum, it factors in a ton of other things, any kind of divergences that are playing out. Okay. In terms of the 2-week candle, the 2-week candle just closed, the 3-week candle just closed, so we can kind of check those out. Anything there? This is getting really close. This bearish cross down through here. That was like this. What'd you have though? You had this rally. You had this rally going up. So, would I be surprised? I mean, this is a big drop first. Very big drop. Very large drop. Maybe you get a very large drop and then you work your way back up to 791. Okay, so maybe you do something like this where you drop. You really have to have like a impulsive drop, then you kind of creep up. Okay, and that can be that second wave move that we're waiting on. Okay, so if we're in a 1-2 for like Bitcoin, if you're forming a 1-2 setup, this going up is a 2-wave for crypto going down. I know it's weird, but this chart is inversely related to crypto. As this chart goes down, crypto goes up. As this chart goes up, crypto goes down. Okay, so the 3-week chart, same thing. It's not going to be anything different than the 2-week chart really, and then the 4-week chart, 13 days, 2 weeks left. Okay, so this is still looking good. We're down below the 7091 level. So now the way the channel works, the way the channel operates, is now we're targeting 5.9%. This is our target now. This is our target now. This is why this is such a key level. This is the target. You close down below there, that's the target. Realistically, I really want to see us get down to 5%. Okay. Really want us to see get down all the way to 5%. So another 30% drop. Okay. I mean, and if this is something that, if this is not a corrective wave, if this is not corrective, okay, if this is not just, corrective, and then you get continuation, right, in a couple months or whatever. If this is not corrective, then we need to take out these lows too. And then even these lows. So we got to come all the way down through here. Okay. Take out those lows. All these lows right here. All these lows right here. So take all that stuff out. So we'll see. We'll see. Play it by ear. We we do one level at a time. It's not something that we're just, we're not just screaming on the top of the roofs that the bull market has started quite yet. There's still some key levels that we need to see taken. But the Bitcoin gold chart, the others chart, this chart are significantly, impacting what direction the market is going. Okay, so we did that. I do want to check out Bitcoin dominance, see what Bitcoin dominance is doing. Say Bitcoin dominance down through here. We had this key level of 59.93, and we were staying down below it for a really long time. Really, really, really long time. I thought we had one more at 50. Nope. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let me see. Yeah, we did 59.25. There we go. We had these levels. I knew I was missing a level. I knew it. All right, so we had these levels. It's like, so right now the level for stablecoin dominance 7.091 is like this level right here. Okay. If you lose it, it's not just about losing it, okay? It's about losing it, rejecting it, then going down. Okay? That's the big issue that Bitcoin dominance had, is we lost it here, but we recaptured it, okay? Lost it here, recaptured it. Lost it here, recaptured it. That's like a nice W pattern. It's almost what Bitcoin looks like it wants to do. Foreshadowing, perhaps some foreshadowing going on right now. So that would be very interesting to see, Bitcoin dominance start to correct, right? Start to correct, but we have 62.20 on here. Could that be hit? I do believe so. I do believe so. You're above the sell side wall. You have the momentum on the weekly chart. The 2-week chart just closed. You're getting momentum. You don't typically just get momentum and then tank. This could correct down into this 200, maybe down to this 59 level, and then go. Something like that. Maybe Ethereum runs a little bit. Ethereum's kind of been quiet. So we're going to check out Ethereum dominance. Ethereum versus Bitcoin. We got to check those out. Okay, we have to check those out. But Bitcoin dominance really just... it impulsed, and now it could be in a correction. It could really be in a correction. Let's check it out. This is a nice 3-wave move. Just nice. It's when structure is actually... We can use this. Way past it. It's 1-2. Okay. I mean, realistically, you have a 1, 2, 3, you have like a 4 and a 5. You could do that. You could be in an A, B, C. So let's check it out. The fact that it moves so much leads me to believe that we have that 5-wave move up. So let's see it. I mean, 60.2, 60.12. It's a big area, right? It's 382. Okay, 3-wave move. You get a 3-wave move up, and then maybe you get a complex correction down through here. 618. All the way. I mean, you could do a double bottom. You could double bottom for sure, especially if it's a 1-2. Come all the way down to, what is that? 58.39. come all the way, you know, you have like a 1, 2, you have like some kind of 3, 4, 5, and you come up, and you have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that, off screen, something like that, some kind of correction. Okay, so you'd have an A, B, C. Very simple, not simple, but very straightforward. Nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. Not trying to be too complicated just to get views. That could really be a correction that we're looking at, especially if this is done. It does look, I mean, it does have 5 waves up. It's impulsive. It does look like it could correct here, and that's totally fine. It's not something that I'm too worried about. Monthly chart on the total. I don't think it wasn't printing a green dot. Still not printing a green dot. Nothing. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. No green dot. No green dot. Just the others chart. Just the others chart. It's the only one. And we're about to get a cross. Every time you cross, that's super bullish. About to get a cross right through here. Very bullish, right? Very, very, very bullish. You're right, sitting right at the 50 EMA. Okay. So this chart, this chart out of all the other charts is extremely, extremely bullish. What up, Phoenix? How you doing, brother? Yeah, this chart, I'm really looking forward to seeing what this chart does on the 4-week chart. Do we have? Hope you had a great weekend, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Drop any kind of ticker that you want me to look at, and we'll take a look. Yeah, we're above 184, so this next target is 216. Please don't move that. Perfecto. 4-week chart, green dot. Man, this thing is looking pretty, pretty, pretty. Sitting pretty. We're above the neckline that we talked about. Above the neckline, now above the sell side wall. So it's making moves right now. When a lot of people are down altcoins, it is really making moves. I'm just really trying to think about the coins that are really contributing to this. I mean, Ondo has done very well. There's some other ones. We'll take a look at some coins. There's been some great gainers. All right, great gainers. I don't think does this one have on the Ashi candle? Wow, sweet. That's great. That is great. So we've been talking about the very similar resemblance to this area right through here, okay, and this area right through here, just on the green on the monthly dot, the green dot on the monthly chart. Okay, but what did it do? It needed this 1-2 setup, like we talked about, right? We talked about that 1-2 setup. Same thing right through here, and both of these 1-2 setups down through here, people are probably calling that, this was just a fake out. This was just a a bear market rally. That's what we're missing right now. Okay, that's what we're missing right now. I do think that I think a correction is looming. I do think a correction is looming, and I do think it's going to be scary, but I think it's gonna be a bear trap. I do. I do it. I know it. At this point, I think the low. I think the low is in. I've been saying that especially since the Bitcoin gold chart printed that that green dot on the monthly chart. I mean, this chart is extremely bullish. Same thing right through here. Same thing right through here. I mean, when it's a chart like this that's this old, okay, and you have green dots. All right, green dot right through here, green dot right through here at the bottoms, green dot right through here, mark the bottoms. Um, you know, this still has a lot of work to do. Pardon me, cracking my voice. This still has a lot of work to do in terms of RSI level, right? This still had work to do too. This was very close. This was very close to crossing. I was very close to crossing. So this still has a lot of work to do. Okay, still a lot of work to do, but the signs are there. The narrative is there. The narrative right now is that this is a bear market rally. This is going to lead Bitcoin down to 40,000. Okay, the 2022, the May 2022 pattern is what will prevail. Okay, that's essentially what's going on. Okay, But with the others chart, the others looks very bullish. The BTC versus gold looks very bullish. I think there were some other charts. I think others versus BTC is printing a green dot. Yep, on the weekly chart. So this thing fell down through, but it didn't take out the lows. Didn't take out the lows. I'm still gonna leave this. Still gonna leave this. This. I do want to get rid of this because it already broke out going sideways. Broke out. Now it's just going sideways. It's not taking out any lows right now. So it could be building up liquidity. That's always a scary, not a scary thought, but it's always a real thought, right? Building up liquidity at certain levels. Okay, building up liquidity, like down right here. Right here, building liquidity because this didn't take out that low. So there's a lot of liquidity right through there. Phoenix says, I've been looking at the BTC chart. It's approaching the 200-day SMA. It's typically support in bulls and resistance in bears. What are your thoughts? Let me get the SMA up through here. What is the, I'm going to finish this up. Do you have the 200 SMA by any chance? Do you have that? Do you have that level? By any chance? Because I've seen that. That's circulating Twitter right now. It's a Twitter thing. You know me, I try to be contrary to Twitter. Try to be as much as possible. Whatever the consensus on Twitter is, I try to avoid like the Black Plague. There we go. There we go. Okay, we got something now. We got something working right there. 82,000. Okay, so I'm not gonna use the SMA. I'm gonna use my level that I've been using for a while. I have 82,425. Well, that's pretty close. That's pretty close, right? 82,644. I've had 82,425 for a while now. A key level, right? Just a key level that I've marked out. Okay, right through here, but also on the monthly chart. Okay, the monthly chart. The 100 EMA on the weekly is right at 82,475. So this thing is getting really close. But the monthly chart is that big deal. It's that it's the 20 EMA. Okay, and it did offer some resistance. Right. I mean, I guess right here. But you didn't really pump into it. That's the reason why I have 82,425. So that's the big reason. I mean, you came right up and touched it. Came up right and touched it. I mean, this is 82,790 something. The high is 82,814, right? So I think the 20 EMA on the monthly chart, it's a larger time frame, so I think it's more reliable. I don't really use the SMAs. I probably should, but you know, I found a way to get to that $82,000 mark. And in terms of what I think about it, right, I have thought about getting some sort of correction from right here. Some sort of correction through here. But like I've said many times, I'm worried about these prices up through here. I really don't think, like, if worst case scenario, if this is a bear market rally, I don't think it stops right here. I just don't think it stops right here. This isn't so, and we have to acknowledge now that this is not a bear flag. Okay, it's not a bear flag anymore. It really does look like it's getting ready to do a W pattern. Okay, it really does. I mean, this isn't a bear flag anymore. If we invert this now, if we invert this, right, that looks like a M pattern. Right? Let's all be honest right here. No one is, if this is a chart that I'm looking at like this, I'm not buying right around here. If I am, I'm using a very tight stop loss. Very tight stop loss. But more than likely, I'm looking for this to play out coming down through here and even possibly taking out these lows. Okay? and possibly back testing this wave 1 high at 108,000, which I do have a market around 107,000. Okay. Me personally, okay, you've got the 5 waves up. Okay, you got the 1, 2, 3, you have a 4, you have a 5, and you got, you have a 1, 2 set up, and this is playing out. Okay. You definitely, I would definitely, I wouldn't be surprised if this, came back down through here and cleared out some liquidity, back testing the monthly open. Not at all. Not at all surprised if this is gonna, you know, act as resistance for right now. But I'm not a big fan of this is the bear market rally, and that's it. Right? I'm not a fan of that right now. Not yet. The fact that this is a 1-2, this is a third wave. Let's go ahead and check it out. It's right at the 1618. Right at the 1618. I mean, almost perfect, right? Almost perfect for a third wave. Okay, so you got a 1-2. It's very ugly. You got a 3. Okay, but this third wave, you could really hit. This could be the A, and come back down in a B, and then you come back up in a C. And look at that. Look where it ends at the 2618. 93,056. Okay. I don't know why I sound so surprised when I measure this. I've done it many times. It's just when you see it, it's just, I go live Mondays and Wednesdays, but we don't talk about Bitcoin all the time on the channel, right? We talk about Bitcoin on Mondays, a little bit on Fridays. I do it, not too much. But this is the pattern I've been talking about. This is the path I've been talking about. Okay. 1, 2. You have a 3, come back down in a 4th and a 5th, and really, I mean, you could have like a 1, 2, 3. That could be like the 1, 2, 3. But I do like the fact that if this does come back down through here and back test the low and then comes up and gets 2618, that to me is it's gonna be nerve-wracking. But that 93,000 is what I'm really watching. That 88 to 93,000 right through here. I'm not real worried right now, to be honest. I'm not real worried about this being the rejection zone and then finding lows from here. If that answers your question, Phoenix. And I've been talking about this for a while. Right? I'm not flip-flopping back and forth. You're right at the 1618. I mean, the 1618 is at 82,328. Where did this close? 82,814. All right, so $500 off an $82,000 asset. What up, Hemlock? How you doing, brother? I can take a look at those for sure. Yes. Just stick around. You know the deal. We're gonna look at some big macro stuff, and then we'll get into the projects. Appreciate you stopping by. Phoenix, does that answer your question? What I think about the SMA? I know I didn't address the actual SMA, but my thoughts on the 82,000 not being a huge sign of resistance right now is I think it'll form some kind of resistance, but I don't think the major resistance there. I think this is the major resistance up through here. I think, if I'm being honest, I think 82,000 will be taken just like 78 was taken. How you ran up, right? You came back down, right? You ran up, you came back down, then you went and got it. Right? I don't think it's going to be too big. I don't think it's going to be a rejection zone from here. So that's what I got from Bitcoin, and it looks good, man. It does look good. We're hitting that 53 zone. Remember how we talked about the RSI level? It's still going up. Hasn't rejected yet. So as long as this is going up as well, I have 53 marked just because when you're above 53, you really do the best work. You're above 53 right here. Did the best work. You're above the 53. Best work. All right, we're above the 53. Right here, best work. Okay. So we're not there yet. We're getting a little rejection, but if you notice, every single time, right, you had a little rejection right here. You had, You phased up, then you kind of found a little bit of turbulence through here. You found some turbulence through here, right? Um, I don't expect it just to be a clean sweep, especially if we pair this with the news coming out of the Middle East, where the who would have known the terroristic organization of Iran, the government that is that really despises America. Who would have known that they would be difficult to negotiate with, right? Come on. We've talked about this. I honestly thought the deal was going to fall through. I thought we would already be attacking their infrastructure. So I've been wrong on that. I really thought that that first ceasefire was going to fall apart. Um, so that's something that I haven't even. I mean, that is almost harder to predict over there than the freaking crypto market. I mean, every other hour you get a conflicting report. Oh, Iran will never admit surrender. Iran, and then the next hour, U.S. Iran closing in on peace talks, and it's exhausting, right? It's fear mongering. The media is eating it up. They love this kind of crap. They'll put out whatever doesn't have to be true, right? It could have a hint of truth. Those are the worst lies when they have a hint of truth because they're the most compelling, right? They tell a little bit of a truth up front and they lie at the rest. Those are the most hard to get around because you're like, well, this is true, but then the rest isn't. So it's tough. Um, Interesting. The longer this plays out, I think the Bulls case is more legitimate. I'm still bearish personally, though. No worries, man. Hey, I get it. I get why you're bearish. A lot of people are bearish. And I've been bullish for a while, okay? Been bullish for a while with the electricity costs, right? Once we defeated this 68,000, I've been bullish really since 68,000, defeating 68,000 a long time ago. I do have the level up there. Let me see if I got it still. I gotta have it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Did I delete it? No, I might have deleted it. I think I did. That would be a bummer if I did delete 68, but it's all good. Yeah, I've been bullish since 68,000 and really until 90, like I said, 88 to 93,000, that's when I'll start to get bearish. So I'll leave, I can just pull this again. It's not a big deal. It's not that difficult. So I'm still expecting maybe a little bit of some turbulence right here, but it's Monday, right? I'm not going to put too much stock into it on Monday. Until really this is maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. Clarity Act is on the 14th. What is that? Thursday. So once we get some kind of idea on the Clarity Act, then we'll have an idea of the bigger picture. Ethereum versus Bitcoin. I don't think this has changed much. This has not. I'm still targeting 26885. Still targeting this. Realistically, you can come all the way down to 24209. Okay, you can come all the way back down here, back test this one wave high, right? Because we're still thinking that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. This could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't really like this as a fourth wave. I really don't. I don't like this as a second wave and this as a fourth wave. To me, that doesn't make any sense. That's just fitting the Elliott wave count to your ideas, and I don't, that gets you wrecked. So I'm thinking this is a 1, 2. ABC third. This is a fourth wave move. Okay, so that means a fifth wave is coming after this. This is extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. This is what we love to see, okay? We love to see this. This is what you want to see on every single chart you invest in. Whether it's the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, the weekly. If something looks like this, I'm dumping my money. I'm dumping money into it. I'm DCing it every single time, every single time, every single time. I'm just going to keep layering it at the lows, right? So we got that total 2. These are going to look very similar to the total market cap, to Bitcoin almost, right? It's essentially a Bitcoin chart. XLM, BTC, XRP, BTC. I think this has a green dot now. Yep, green dot. So this is looking bullish, bullish, bullish. You've had 33 bars, so 230 days of downside. Which if this is what we think it is, we're looking for one more wave up. Looking for one more wave up. One more wave up. Okay. XLM, BTC. We're looking for talked about this. We have bullish divergences on the VMC on the RSI and the MACD. So you have lower prices, right? You have lower lows and you have higher lows. Okay, let me get rid of my chicken scratch. So you have lower lows on price, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. The last time we saw that right here. Okay, you had lower low on price. What you have? You have higher lows, higher lows. Sorry, sometimes my chicken scratch isn't always the best. Okay, so very similar sentiment, right? It was tanking forever, forever, forever. And what happened? People really got bearish. People sold the lows. People gave up, and then price action went crazy and may punished a lot of people for selling the lows. Okay. In terms of XLM is really it's really not doing much. I mean, it has a bullish candle on the weekly. It's been flashing red dots throughout here, so it's trying to be bearish. Right. Overall, it is trying to be bearish. If I'm being honest, this is just another range, but it's starting to look like Ondo now. Okay, if we go to the side look like Ondo. This really does look like Ondo. And man, I'm gonna tell you guys something. I so many times, Profit Lab series, you guys know, but in general, just over and over again, daily watching Ondo, and it sometimes it plays out like that. But Ondo and Tars AI, been really bullish on those for a while, and those things went crazy. So if anyone did get into those, I'm very happy for you guys. And that's how the cookie crumbles. Don't FOMO. Don't be upset. But the idea that we recognize the patterns, we recognize the bullishness, we recognize the levels, and it played out. That's what I'm more interested in. I'm trying to, gain the trust and the confidence of the viewers, right? Of you guys, of this not some sleazy guy who uses an indicator and says this, that, and the other. No, there's a logic and a reasoning behind it. There's the structure of it, and we're going to get into it, okay? But XLM does look bullish here with this rounded bottom. I do like rounded bottoms. I really do. I know that could be taken in many different ways, and they are true. Both cases are true. I do like rounded bottoms. So this does look good, though. This is exactly what you want to see. If we invert this chart, okay, if we invert this chart just like this, this is not what you want to see on a chart. If you're looking for a bullish chart, this is not what you like to see. You don't want to see this. You don't want to see that, because the next one is breaking through. Okay, that's really not what you want to see, right? On charts doing this, you don't want to see that. You want to see charts doing this, oscillate down, up, oscillate down. I mean, these things are ripping up, right? Ripping up. It's the opposite now. Now it's the opposite. Now it's, it rips to the opposite side, right? It rips down, kind of comes up, then boom, back down, right? Just kind of grinding up, boom, back down, grinding up, already almost 50% retraced. Okay, so these are charts that you want to look at. This is a bottoming signal you want to look at. Okay, this is very nice. I will say there's a ton of, I'm still going to say the same thing. There's a ton of liquidity on XLM on a lot of these charts. Right now there's even more liquidity because this didn't take out this low. So I mean, if you come down here and you come down to 14.5 cents, you're going to take out this entire range, which crypto likes to do, and then you're going to go. And guess what happens if it comes down to this level? I'm going to freaking buy a ton. I'm just going to buy a ton and add to my position. I'm in profits already. I'm good. I'm not really, and it's not even I'm in profits that makes me feel better. I'm in profits. No, I'm investing in an asset that I believe can go above $1, and then in the future above $2, above $5. Right? There's going to be a percentage of XLM that I'll just hold on to. It'll be a percentage, that I don't sell. It's the same with my silver. Right? I didn't sell all my silver. Saved a percentage because it's better for me personally. It's better to, you already made profits, you already had some fun, you already got in, you got out, you made a good investment. Now for me personally, my idea is, well, if it was a good investment once, right, and I think that it's going to be used in the future, why would I not hold on to some of it, right? Why would I not hedge the dollar with an asset that I believe in, that I've already done a ton of research in, right? That's my thoughts on things like this, okay? Jasmy's looked very good. Jasmy, my beautiful, beautiful Jasmy looks very bullish. Okay, so now we have a 1-2 setup. A 1-2 setup. And this thing is getting ready to take off. I do believe Jasmy is one of the more bullish looking charts. Okay, on the monthly chart, big green candle. Let me get rid of this. Pardon me. Big green candle. The last time we were doing this, we went up for a couple months, right? We went up for a couple months. I think this is over. This is close to a 200% move. Yep, 212% move. I've looked at it so many times, right? Don't think I'm a genius because of that. That's just because I've looked at this chart so many times. It's about a 200% move. Okay, 200% move. So let's take the lows from the highs. So a 200% move, it takes us right around 2 cents. No, 1.3 cents. 212. 212. But we've already made the notion that this move coming is going to be bigger than this move. So that means this 1-2 setup needs to be bigger. I've already made that clear. That's my thought. So I really do think we're going to come up to this like this 2 cent, and this is going to be the 1-2. It's going to be like a 1-2 like that, something like this, like a 1-2, and then it's going to go crazy. Something like that. Something big is coming. Something big. So I do think Jasmy has a green dot on the monthly chart. Sold, right? These don't come around very often. Okay. A lot of great long opportunities over the past week or two on alts. Yes, there has been tons, and we've covered them here, right? We've covered a lot of them here. We really have. We've covered a lot here. A lot of great opportunities. I mean, Jasmy itself was a great long opportunity. Okay. ACH, right? We talked about. I made a video on ACH. Let me get the regular candles. ACH, great long opportunity. I just made a video on. When was it? Last week? Week before last? I think it was last week. Right? 42%. Algo. Been big on Algo. It's been big. AVAX is up. AVT. There's David. I think David was into AVT. We'll get into Cookie for sure. We'll definitely get into Cookie. Ethereum is kind of just. All right, Ethereum is consolidating beautifully, actually. Ethereum looks beautiful. I mean, I don't know. I'm having a hard time think that this is bullish. Or sorry, that this is bearish. This is very bullish. Very, very, very bullish. I know it can't get above this. Look at this trend line. It is beating and battering this sell side wall. You know how much leverage is going to be right above this? Short leverage. Ethereum's about to go. I think Ethereum's going to go crazy. Look at Filecoin. Wow. Talked about Filecoin with Banano. Banano is not here today. We were talking about Filecoin right through here. Down through here at this level at 91 cents. It's up at $1.32. It went up to $1.32. It's a 44% move. Great moves, right? Great moves. Giga. We talked about Giga with Daniel. Right. A couple of these stand out because we have been talking about these. Ondo, you guys know, I've been so bullish. And look at the levels, right? I mean, look at these levels. 45.7. This is what we do on the Profit Lab series. We go through. We have key levels, right? Key levels. That's a take profit zone right there. Right there. No hindsight, right? I'm not trying to woo you. I'm not trying to wine and dine you. Okay, was really bullish on Ondo. Just got into something else, right? I got into AVAX and Algo, and I think they're bullish too. TARS AI. I mean, look at TARS AI. I've been talking about TARS AI for a long time, and still not quite yet there. Looking for this 2.6 cents. But this is another chart just extremely bullish on this. Been bullish on this, and it went up 70%. 70% move. Okay. Very bullish on these. What about Sia coin? This was something that Sia coin. Talking about Sia coin. Talked about Sia coin last week Wednesday. Right here. Right there. And what did it do? 11%. Doesn't seem like a lot, but when you have a when your idea and your goal is to build a large portfolio, 10% is a very large gain. Triple V's, we were covering this. Right, triple V's, we we had this key area of resistance at $10, and now look at it. It's almost gone up. It's almost gone up 100%. I mean, it pretty much did. It went up like 85%, but look at this thing. This thing has gone crazy. I had a viewer and a sub recommend this. And where you at? You're at $17. Guess what? That's a take profit zone for me. Okay, take profit zone. The next one's $25. After that, redo. So these are key areas, right? That we're looking for profits, right? And they're done beforehand. They're not done in hindsight. Wow, look at this. ZBCN just made this video on Thursday, I believe. We're trying to get above 36,914. This was that last little bit. Came right up to this resistance. We had 40298, and it came up to 40227. Pretty close, right? Pretty close. I think it's a passing grade. You know, staying above 32505, we're targeting this level right up here. Okay, stay above here, target this. So getting some pretty good calls in. Not going to ignore the fact that a lot of these calls were pretty good. So let's get into what Cookie DAO and Nosana, Polygon. If you guys have any requests, drop them. Go ahead and drop them. I just want to look at something real quick. I want to look at oil. 98. Back above 97. Well, you know the drill. If it's above 97, we target 127. That's how crazy that is. Above 97, you target 127. Below, you target 78. Very simple, very straightforward. Gold and silver. Look at gold and silver. Wow, back up in the channel. Not surprised. Not surprised. Looks like we're gonna come right back up to this 92. Really not surprised at all. Not yet. And then gold, same concept. Nah, not as much. Not as much yet. Not as much yet. This does look pretty bullish though. This does look bullish for continuation for sure. Targeting 4,900. 4,900 unless this makes a lower high. Probably got something right through there. There we go. All right, and then the watch list real quick. Gosh, MSTR. We were bullish on MSTR and ASST as well. ASST, very bullish on this. Been very bullish on this. Very good. Very, very, very good. Cookie DAO. Okay, let's get into Cookie. If you guys have any requests, like I said, just let me know and I will get into them. You know me, I will be sidetracked, so you have to keep me on board. Whoa! Hey, Hemlock, are you still here? Are you still here, Brother Boots? Are you still here? Look at this. Wow. Well, if you're still here, Hemlock, I have a question for you. If you're still here, let me know, and I'll wait to ask the question. Red dot, okay. Overbought, okay. We got some bearish divergence. We got a green dot on the 4 hour, so this thing's really gonna have to start moving. Yes, all right, Hemlock. I have a question. So, if we're above 1972, Is our target 1788 or 2867? What's our target if we're above 1972? 1788 or 2867? At least my targets. Well, like based on my system, right? Remember, these are just my levels. These are my ideas. If I'm looking at cookie, if I'm above 1972, what do you think I'm looking at? What levels do you think I'm looking at? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. I am. I am. So this thing looks really good. There is some bearish divergence clearing out on the daily. There's some bearish divergence, which can be solved really quickly. And the first, this first line of resistance, I mean, this does look like a nice three-way move. This does look like a flat. This looks like a really nice flat. This actually does look like a really nice flat. I mean, this is not what you want to see on if you're a bear. You do not want to see this as a bear. Like if we're bullish, right? So we're bulls, right? Okay, let's say we're gonna go through something where, okay, we're bullish. Okay, Hemlock, he got in down here, and this price went up through here. Okay, and it's starting to do this on him. Okay, and he's asking me, he's like, hey, Crypto Vision, what do you think? What do you think, dude? I'm not gonna tell him, oh, you know what? This is a really bullish look. I'm not gonna tell him that. I'm not gonna say this looks bullish. I'm gonna say, hey, this looks like we're rounding. Okay, this looks like we're rounding. This really is starting to look like it's lost its momentum. Okay, it had momentum, and now it's starting to lose momentum. Okay, and we're running under. Now we're running. We ran right into some resistance. Okay, now we're starting to close at some key levels. Starting to close below. My next level I would expect if I'm trying to buy is at 2867. Right, and even lower. Okay, even if we needed to close, right, if we had like a 1-2. This is a third wave, come down for a fourth wave, then maybe I'm buying at 3806. But right now, when I'm looking at something like this, it's not. Maybe other people might say, oh, yeah, this is extremely, they look at this chart, oh, yeah, this is really the bullish, right? We're just bouncing. We're bouncing on support, right? We're bouncing on support, okay? Me, personally, I don't think so. I think a chart like this is bullish, right? You're starting to get like this W pattern. No Adam and Eve, more like an Eve, more like two rounded bottoms, but like a W pattern. You break out. I would be a little bit hesitant on this bearish divergence. Okay, on the daily. So you had bearish divergence on the 4-hour chart. Okay, so now I'm really watching this RSI. There is a green dot. I'm watching this RSI to see if this RSI comes up and clears. Really need it to clear 72.56. Clear 72.56, then you're making new highs. What's up, Alex? How you doing, brother? I can look at some chain link. Did I make a video on chain link? Are you you're a chain link guy, huh? I think I did. I did. Just for like, if you're looking for an in-depth, did you already watch that? Really went into Chainlink. I own Chainlink as well. So just if you're looking for something that is really it's going to be pretty relevant for you, because I just made it. So yeah, that looks. There isn't any bearish divergence yet on the daily, but you got this red dot up here, so you could continue a little correction. But you broke out of the sell side wall, right? Crossing above the EMAs. Right through here. Bada bing, bada boom. Looking for higher prices. So Cookie Dow, right? We're looking for, it's above 1972. For me and my levels, I'm looking for 2867, which is a 44% move. 44% move. If you guys do like what you're saying, if you do like the content, go ahead and click that like button, subscribe for more. It does help out the channel a ton. I'm just a little guy, a little YouTube guy. Just a mere figment of your imagination. All right, Polly. 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 Right at this resistance. Wow. You know, and sometimes it's something happens and you just are, um, yeah, I don't know. For me personally, when something like runs right up to a level, it happens time and time again. Especially if you're new to the channel, I'm constantly at like, wow, my system actually works. It keeps working right over and over again. Even me myself, sometimes I'm a it's not that I doubt myself. It's just with crypto, it's so hard to be consistent. Right? Honestly, to be consistent, it really is hard. So we had this level of pretty much one 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 1.050, and what did this come up to? This came up to 1.1047. Right? Key level. Okay. So for instance, okay, the way the channel works, the way the channel operates is we lost 871. Okay, when we lost this right here. Okay. So I wouldn't have bought right here, but I could have entered right here. 0.871. What's it, like a 22% move, something like that? 21% move? Yeah. 21% move. 21% move, right? So a 21% move based on key levels. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. These are just my levels. This is how I trade. Right? I like to swing trade. I have large positions that are not swing trading positions, that are long-term investments. I know people say, "Oh, you shouldn't invest in altcoins. You shouldn't do that. It's not responsible." I just tell people to shut up. Just honestly, just shut up. Don't tell me what to do. All right, I've made a lot of money with crypto already, and I like altcoins. I think altcoins are going to be used, and I think altcoins structure looks bullish. Right? I do. So I just tell those people to kick rocks and get away. Just go away. I don't need your negativity, all right? I'm here to make money and have some fun. Okay? I do like having fun. I do like being a part of 60-70% rallies. They're fun. They're incredible. Okay? Just knowing when to take profits is the biggest key, and that's what I do in the Profit Lab series. If you're interested in these, right? Because so this is just the bottoming process. Once things start to go crazy, I'm telling you. It's going to be hard to take profits. It's going to be confusing. People are not going to know what to do. I'm telling you, that Profit Lab series, it costs $5 a month. That's just one aspect of what I offer. And it's for this after the thing goes up, 80%. And you're like, oh my God, what do I do? Do I sell? Do I buy? It's going to happen. I believe it's going to happen. But right here, Polly, on the weekly chart, or right at this level of resistance, could we see a pullback? Yes, we could. We could see a pullback. A slight pullback. There's no indication on the weekly chart right now of a pullback. The 4-week chart, there's not enough info. Nope. I will say the daily, some room to be desired for sure. A little bit, right? A little bit of room to be desired. Just took out this low, so this is invalidato. That's no good. Kind of looks like Ondo or TARS a little bit. How it came down through here, took the lows and started to run up. If I'm being honest. Okay, this is good already. Okay, this broke out. Don't need that. This looks a little suspicious, right? A little suspicious. No bearish divergence, but I don't like when assets do this, when they kind of chop up to being overbought. I like an impulse. I mean, this is very nice. An impulse. Did it last? No, definitely didn't last. We know that. But I don't like that. Let me see like something like TARS or Ondo, something that just went crazy, so we can kind of understand. Something like this, right? See how it just went vertical? It didn't grind up. It didn't grind up. Look at that. That's straight vertical. Boom. Okay, so poly, a little bit left to be desired. I think it's a weaker move. You got a red dot on the daily. I'm expecting a correction. More of a correction here than like Cookie Dow. Cookie Dow is a little bit more bullishly postured for sure. If we're seeing, what this is, where it's going, where it went, 2618, so possibly, you have a 1-2 ABC third wave, come back down for a flat. These freaking cryptos love flats. I swear it to you. It's frustrating. Flats are the freaking. Can we look at Tau Link? Yeah, I got you. And then Hemlock Comp. Yeah, I got you. 4272. Let's see where this went to. Second wave low, third wave high. Right to the 1. Right above the 1. I mean, the 1 to the 1618. That's your fifth wave. That's your target for the fifth wave because it can't be as impulsive as the third wave, right? So you hit the fifth wave. You're down below the 786. Okay, let's take this out for now. Put that right there. That 382. That's perfect. I could expect that, a correction to the 382. Worst case scenario, I mean, you just don't really want to take out this low. You take out this low, you're targeting 739. Yeah. Those are some levels that could possibly be going on with poly. I'm pretty sure there's bearish divergence on the 4-hour. I'm almost certain of it. Yep. There is. That's a lower. These are lower highs, right? It's lower highs. So yeah. So bearish divergence on the 4-hour. You have lower highs, and then you have higher highs on the 4-hour. So not great. You got bearish divergence all throughout the VMC. Yeah, this is looking for a correction. This is definitely looking for a correction. So I would have a tight stop loss on poly if you're swing trading it, things like that. So. Tau and Link. I'm gonna do a quick one on Link because I just covered it. I just covered Link. I had 1087. Pardon me. I had 1092 for the next level and what to get it to 1087. So pretty freaking close. Pretty close. It was forming a bearish. It was forming a bearish little channel. And now what do we do? We impulsed out. So you got like this 1, 2, ABC 3. Let's check it out. What about on the daily chart? You gotta get overbought. Let's go. Overbought. That's great news. You got that red though, a little bit of bearishness, and then strong bearish divergence. Strong bearish divergence. I mean, look at these. Look at this RSI. You're going up as you're getting lower highs. A lot of bearish divergence. I mean, look at this VMC. Bearish divergence everywhere. The price action looks great, but it just, more to be desired. Just more. I want more. I want more from Chainlink. Okay. What's this? 550. Let's put a nice bow on this right here. It's like a 1-2. Buckle my shoe. Right to the 2618. Perfect. So that's a full move. So it looks like you have like a 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, shoot. You have a 1, 2. It could even be an A, B, C. Right? And then this is your fourth wave right through here. And that's your fifth. But I don't really like that, actually. I don't. You know me. I can't just go with the first. That's fine. This hit the 1618. This hit the 113. So this is still more impulsive. Doesn't look like it, but this is more impulsive than this. So looking for a correction. This looks like an AB. AB. Let's check this out. 382 right there. Stay above the 382. We're looking for higher prices. Let's check this out right here. Looking for 1618. Okay, 1016. There we go. Cool. That's what I'm looking for. Chain link. What up, Fabio? BTC should get to 95K to create a bullish structure. I agree. I think it's going to go up. I talked to Ryzen Phoenix. Are you just tuning in? Because I did talk to Phoenix about. He asked about the SMA, which is currently at 82,400 right there, 82,644, and we went through Bitcoin. What I thought really hasn't changed. Looking for 88 to 93,000. It actually just hit the 1618, so really went in depth on Bitcoin. But I do agree Bitcoin is headed up to those at 80, high 80s, low 90s for sure. I don't use AI. No. What do you mean do you use AI? How would I use AI for are you talking about AI to enhance my trading indicators? If I'm being honest, you want me to be honest? I don't really trust AI. I mean, I don't trust the overall. I'll use it for mundane things. I'll use it for my wife and I are getting a pool in our backyard and things like that. So just like ideas of what would look best. But overall, just I don't know. I feel like AI sometimes isn't always forthcoming. But if it's helped you out a ton, yeah, I'll take some tips and tricks on how to make sure that it doesn't just tell you what you want to hear. I've been reading about AI and how it's causing people to, how can I put this? It's causing people to not really live life, so to speak, right? They're not even relying on their own critical thinking skills, their observational skills, their real world experiences. They're just relying solely on AI. I just fear that happening to me, so I tried to distance myself from that. I tried to frame my thoughts, frame my ideas without using AI, and if I have questions or concerns, I'll look into it. But I'm always challenging the AI. I'm always asking, are you being truthful? Is this I want unbiasedness. I'm just so afraid of this. There's such a bias in AI. Yeah, that's great. That's a great way to put it. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to get ideas, but never fully trust. That's the thing. Yeah, yeah. I don't know, but if you have maybe we can get together, Phoenix, because you've been pretty awesome in the community. Give me some tips and tricks. I would really appreciate that. I would give you I would extend the favor, let you try out the premium membership for a little bit if you're interested in something like that. So I could, yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing just what if it could improve my my game, so to speak. I'm always looking for ways to improve, but overall, right? Um, the methodology that I use right now, the way that I try to get to the answers that I am conveying to you as an audience is still structured. It's still the same. If I were to use AI, it would be like you said, as an indicator to enhance the indicator. But you know me, I'm a big price action guy. I like indicators. I have my indicators. I have my auto fib, right? I have my auto fib. Look at this. This is overbought, right? Actually overbought right now. I have my auto fibs. I've customized this thing. I took a while to customize this thing and to really have my twist on it. This is something that I offer through my services, so to speak. So it's still, I mean, overall, Chainlink, I know we're still stuck on Chainlink. I'm sorry for those who are waiting. Um, okay, sweet. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Phoenix. Thank you so much. But look at this. I mean, this thing is still in the golden pocket. I'm buying Chainlink. I'm not selling it. I'm holding it. All right. Overall, overall wise, this thing really overbought. You know, It's like when it got overbought up through here. That's when I'm really looking to offload it. I have the patience and the, thank goodness I'm blessed with a very good career and job and everything like that. This isn't something that I'm not trying to get rich off of YouTube. I'm not trying to get rich off of swing trades right now. It's just a way for me to practice and make some money, and then the big gains are from when the patience pays off, right? Patience pays off. Look at ARC. Okay, so look, what are we at? We're at Tau. I think I have Tau. Is this Tau? Do I not have Tau? Gosh, there's so many freaking cryptos. I feel like I have it, and it's like, no, I don't got it. TAO. Tau. Are you still here, Alex? Let me know if you're still here. I'm gonna check out comp. Is it are you still here? Are you still looking for Tau? If you're still looking for Tau, um, I'll definitely get into it. But Fabio did call. I will say Fabio did call that he's the bull in the chat. Fabio has called out that he's expecting a very large June rally. Um, and it's playing out, right? We had that. It was a pretty in-depth discussion, right? Ryzen was in there, Banano, Fabio, and I think Daniel or someone else was in there, right? Going back and forth, and it's kind of played out, right? Bitcoin has played out fairly well with, that was about 3 weeks ago. That was right around this level, where that 71, 73 level, where we were talking about that. Um, and I mean, I got to give you credit. I got to give you credit, Fabio. You've been persistent on looking into some long term. Um, yep, you were H bar, and you were looking into some. Uh, you were calling that Bitcoin is going to go up higher. So I got to give credit where credit is due, right? Got to get your roses and your flowers. I'm going to cover Tau. If Alex is still here, I'm definitely going to cover Tau, and then I got to look at some comp. Whoa, that looks interesting. Very, very interesting. Whoa. Whoa. This looks like AVAX almost. This almost looks like AVAX, right? A little bit less like AVAX, but still, I mean, there's no way that AVAX was in a bull market, right? This is not a bull market. Um, this is not a bull market. Not at all. Not at all. I wonder what does comp do? $239 million market cap. Pretty big market cap actually. This is looking bullish down here. I tell you what. This is hold up. Oh, this is tricky right here. This is tricky. Because really, this could either be a. I mean, I know this. So this closed down below. Okay, I'm not gonna use it. Okay, but this really could be a 1-2. A. B. C. I mean, this could go in a lot of different ways. Let me check this out. Hold up. I know the wick went lower. I know people might get mad at me and be like, you can't use a lower wick. You can't use it. It doesn't count. I use lower wicks. Lower closes are not used, but lower wicks are fine for me. For crypto. Okay, exception to the rule. Look at that. It came right up to this 2477 level. Okay. That's pretty important. Pretty importanto. We're just gonna build a little range right here, because we don't know what's going on. Okay, we don't know what's going on. We don't know. Look at that, 382. It's perfect. Break the 382. You're looking bullish. You lose that, you're getting bearish. Any Nope. Wow, look at this though. This is like this kind of pattern. Very, very good. Very good. Um, okay. What about some price action though? To the upside. I don't know if this is the low. That's the thing. That's where we're getting into trouble. That is where we're getting in trouble. Let's say this is the low. Let's be conservative. I don't want to be conservative. I want to be aggressive. Cool. What about this one? Perfect. Those are my levels. It's my idea. There we go. Almost is like a 1-2. It's a pretty ugly 1-2 though. That's pretty ugly. Not gonna lie. That is pretty ugly. If I'm being honest, that's pretty ugly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. No, what is this up here? Maybe a WXY, some kind of complex W correction. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Maybe this is A, B, C. Nope. Interesting. Because this re-broke that neckline right through here. That's what makes it interesting. Well, it's not. The daily hasn't closed yet. That's the thing. The daily, this closes down below. Then we're looking at a. I mean, this really does look like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nah, I gotta wait. I gotta wait a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Green dot looking good, but in this range, you break 24, you're looking higher. You break 21 down to the lower, looking lower. That's what I got for comp. Let me see here. What about H bar? Oh, ho ho ho! I'm a Frenchman. Look at H bar. Nice, above the monthly open. Whoa, we got some big price targets. 14 to 16 cents holding us back right now. This is whoa, hold up. Excuse me. Excuse me? Don't mind me. Don't mind me at all. Don't mind me. I'm going to add one more. Just in between, right? Because that's a pretty big zone. So it is 1618. It just depends. Right? This is a big one, too. It's almost a diagonal. It's really ugly. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You still have higher highs. Yep. Higher high, higher high, higher high. Diagonal pattern. Very ugly. Very, very untrustworthy, right? Pretty, I mean, that's that again too. It's pretty ugly. It's a pretty ugly correction. Yeah, 15 cents. 12.5. Looking for 50 cents at least to recover and start bull structure. You said 12.5. So you want to take out this. You said the rebuild bullish structure. Honestly, that's taking out this right here. That's that. If I'm being honest, to rebuild bullish structure, you just really just need to take out 10.4 cents. It's like this, because then you're up here like this, right? This whole thing now has been defeated. Now you're up through here, right? Because it's rejection, rejection, lower high, lower high, lower high. So this area right through there, 10,418. That is the 1618. So if that is the 1618 of this larger move, that's the 1618. That means we're looking for a 1-2. You're looking for a continuation for the third wave. You're looking for a 1-2-3. Come back down for a fourth, and then you go get a fifth. That's a big fifth, though. I don't like that. That's a big jump. I wonder why I got that so high. Because I would be expecting something like this, like 13.1. I wonder where I got this from. Maybe it's from the correction, overall correction. I think it's from this last move, like down through here, like this. I think those are still some key levels, but I think there's going to be one in between, a little bit more importante. In weekly, need push at 15, then hold 12 to 18 cents. I agree. Yeah, this 15 is going to be big. 15, 16 up through here. I do. Yeah. This last harsh rejection right there. That's why I had that right through there. Pardon me. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this as it is right here. This does need to be taken and maybe used a little bit as support, and then we need to go. Something like that, and really start going. Really start going. 23 cents all the way up. I think I got some crazy numbers for H-bar. I've been watching H-bar for a long time too. I think H-bar is a very good asset for the future. Look at Giga. Wow. That means D-Gen should be running up too. It is just a little bit. My D-Gen. Well, my D-Gen. This thing's about ready to go. This thing's ready to go. This thing's about to do a 100% move. Watch this thing. Watch it. Watch this. Calling it right now. This thing's about to do a freaking very large move that I'm going to be very excited about. Very excited about. And after that, this D-Gen coin I think is going to be crazy. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. I mean, as we're talking, I mean, there's some good things happening. Is there any other requests? Look at Giga is still going like crazy. Wow. Wow. This thing is moving. Any other requests before I take off? Won't be going live until Wednesday. So get them in while you can. My grandpa is so stoked. I got him into a bunch of AMD when this thing was way down here at Yonders. Gosh, he's so stoked. I gotta call him again. I think it was like 87. This freaking guy. He owes me a beer. He owes me a beer. Beer. That is such a beautiful chart. Circle is doing well again. That's good. Good. Intel. Look at Intel. Gosh, dude. And, okay. Shiba Inu. I got you. How is Riot doing so well? It's a Bitcoin mining company, right? You know why? You know why Riot is doing well, actually? Come to think of it, Riot was producing and probably buying Bitcoin. Let me hide all this stuff. Because I just noticed that, and there's another mining company that's doing well, right? They're 64,000 is what it was costing them to build to mine a Bitcoin, and now it's at 81,000. That's a big jump. This thing was down at 59,000. I mean, they're up 40%. That makes a lot of sense, at least for me, for why these mining companies are doing so well. Because they weren't doing as well when Bitcoin is actually running up. They were actually kind of stalling a little bit, which had me confused because I was actually trying to get into Riot. I was trying to get into Mara. There's a couple other ones I was trying to get into, but they just wouldn't. The structure wouldn't build. It wouldn't sustain any kind of move. It just meh. It just didn't really do much. And the SPY. Woo! Look at that. It closed above 738. No, it didn't. It didn't close above it, but it's above it. Gosh, dang, this thing's getting ready to go crazy. Shiba Inu. Shiba. Where's Shiba at? Man, a lot of red right through here. React. I think I have SHIB. I do have SHIB. Ooh. Oh. Pretty choppy. Holy moly. That's a chop city right there. Wow. I kind of want to get... Nah, it's fine. It's fine. How old is SHIB? SHIB is pretty old, so I can put this down up in here. My autofib. Wow, it still doesn't have enough time. That's crazy. That is crazy. 715. This is just kind of I mean, it's getting to higher highs, but gotta look at price action. Gotta check it out. These wicks make it so difficult. I'm gonna use this wick. Use that wick. Yeah. There we go. It's probably some 382 right here. There we go. Oh, big bullish divergence. Wow. Big bullish divergence. Big. Do we have even more bullish divergence? No, that's regular. That's fine. But big bullish divergence on the weekly. That's great. This is just really choppy. This does not look like... Honestly, this doesn't really look like anything. I'm being honest. I don't like this RSI. I don't like this. I like that it's over. It has momentum. I don't like the RSI. It doesn't look really that. I think there's better opportunities right now. I do. Kind of. I mean, it is above the zero, but I'm expecting some bearish divergence. Yeah, we got bearish divergence. Do we have bearish divergence? Close at 651. 661. Yeah, so bearish divergence. Starting to get real. Look at this bearish divergence. Bearish divergence. Bunch of bearish divergence. Without any real setup, right? This doesn't look like anything. Like if we go to the daily, it still doesn't really look like anything. Like, what is this? You tell me what this is. Chop City. Chop it up. Mars earnings today. Okay. Fabio says, honestly, I don't trust crypto that made lower lows than 2023 when the cycle lows were formed. It can signal continuation to down price or can lead to a lower high. Yes, it can lead to a lower high. You are correct, Fabio. You are 100%. So with DGen, I made it abundantly clear, right? But we do have to assume that um, new coins like this, like degen, right? New coins like degen, I don't think should fall entirely into that category. Okay, because we don't know, because this could be the lows. You know what I mean? This could be the low formed um, before it goes up crazy. But I've made the argument. Okay, that that this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're in a fifth wave. Okay, but this could be an A, B, and then you come back down for lower lows. C. I've made this argument on not just degen, but charts that look like this, and I hope that you understand that, especially if you're in the Profit Lab, if you're the premium members of a lot of people have, a lot of them have have asked me to cover their cryptos. Okay, and I'll cover them. And this is, when let's say that this previously did something like this. Let's say it went up like this, right? And then it came down like this, right? And it did like something like this, like that. If it did something like this, right? And then, it made new all-time highs, right? Made new all-time highs. And then it came and took out the lows. That would be kind of bearish, right? That would be kind of bearish. And, then you could expect some kind of A, B, C to take out these lows, to reset the price from here, this point A. Because this would be a 1, 2, right? 1, 2. This would be the third wave. That would be the fourth. And then this would be the fifth. Okay? And then overall, I know it gets chicken scratchy. This would be the 1. This would be the 1. This whole thing would be the 1. And then this would be the 2. And then you go. And then you go up in your big, big, big third wave. I think a lot of coins have done that. And I think actually one of them is PNG. I think PNG actually has done this. So I hope does that make sense? I know it's a lot of information. If you need me to go back and do that again, I can. But you are correct. You are correcto. PNG right here. PNG. Okay? This is exactly. It's almost what I'm talking about with PNG. But actually, wait, let me see. No, because it did take out the lows. And then this didn't take out the lows. So PNG is not like that, but it's very, very similar, right? Very similar in the fact that if PNG did take out these lows, right, then I wouldn't be looking for something of continuation. There is one that I'm looking for. I will find it, and then I will bring it up on the next live stream because I don't want to go through and take everyone's time and things like that. Is it Siacoin? I think it is Siacoin. I think it is. Banano isn't here, though. When Banano's here again, we're going to talk about that because that's a great point that you bring up, Fabio, is that the lower high prospect, even from here, there's still great returns, but I think that people that are expecting higher prices and then they get that lower high, I think those are the people that really get punished. Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like charts that. I mean, it's not that I don't not like charts, but it's a $3.5 billion asset. It just. I mean, this looks good down through here. This looks really good actually. Wow, it just was created, right? Let's be real. It was created what in 2025. So pretty new, pretty unreliable. Huge market cap. Okay. This looks really good though. If this actually didn't happen, wait, let me see. Before I eat my words, let me do something. Before I eat my words. Wow. Okay. 1, 2, A, B, C, 3. This is a fourth wave. You're in your fifth wave move. Unless, so here's the thing. This could be an A. That could be a B. You can come down for a C. As long as this isn't taken, that's good. 199, that has to hold. I mean, this could hit the 2618 for sure. But I like when price actions hit the 1618. I really do think that, and this does look like a really ugly fourth wave move. Um, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you'd have a 1, A, B. So you have an A, B, C. So you have a 1, 2, right? 1, 2. That's a possibility. Or you've got a 1, 2, A, B, C for your third. So you either have a 1, 2, 3 coming down for a fourth, and then going up for your fifth. You might ask, well, what's the big difference? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Well, if this is 3 waves up, this can't break 199. It cannot break 199 because the fourth wave cannot retrace the wave 1 termination. If this is 5 waves up, okay, if this is 5 waves up, okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then this can come all the way down and back test a double bottom. Big difference, right? Big difference. So that's the thing with Elliott wave is I do like Elliott wave. I do like the structured, but at the same time too, there's multiple scenarios. Okay, this is a bullish structure. This is nice. I will say something along the lines of this right here. Wow, right to the 1618. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful correction. Or can lead to a lower high. Alex, hey bro, thanks for the link. Yeah, okay, I got you. I avoid those ones too. But the crazy thing is, ETH barely put in an all-time high. It did. ETH barely put in an all-time high. I'm pretty bullish on ETH, but yes, ETH has been a pardon me, pretty big disappointment. I think a lot of people would agree on that. Yeah, but anything that I would say if it's not a new coin, like this right here, this isn't, to me personally, this doesn't really count as putting in a new low because it just started, right? But if this thing had been around for a long time and then it put in a new low, then this could be it, right? That could be it, and then it has to correct and make new lows. The thing with new coins is they can go crazy, but they're very very risky coins, very risky assets. Realistically, this does look like it could be an inverted head and shoulders, so that means you have to come back down and then go up like that. Bada bing, bada boom. Which would, it'd be great. So if this is a, third wave move, I'm going to be looking for this 786 right there. Break that. Looking for all the way up to the 1618. All right, and then you got to put in the 1. Okay. A lot more if it's a, if it's a full 1-2, then the price is going to go a lot higher. But yeah, that's something I'm looking for. 446 to 580 if 344 is broken. Okay, if this is broken, then I'm looking up here. Until then, these are the levels I'm watching. I'm just watching 294 to 344, something like that. With possibly you run up through here, run into a correction. That'd be a big price to hold, right? This could be used as a, oh, we're going lower, we're going lower. No, we're not. Or this could be used to trap longs. Sorry, trap longs like this. Come up like that, and you come down. That a 3-way move, right? Oh, we're going higher. No, we're not. Something like that. Mara earnings today. I think I have Mara on here. I should have Mara on here. No, I don't. Maybe I have it on green. I've got so many where I freaking Frustrating. Yeah, I want to look at ETH at least before we. This is just. Man, ETH is something else. And it did put in a higher high. Okay, but it hasn't taken out any lows. Realistically, this could be the fourth. This could be the fifth. I really don't like that because then what the hell is this? I mean, this could be a B wave. There's a lot of scenarios, right? And this could be your A. You got to come up for a B, then you come down for a C. All right. That could be it. That's just, other than that, I mean, that's not, you barely took out the highs. It could be a truncated fifth, really trapping people. There's a lot of people have put in a lot of different thoughts on Ethereum, right? If this is the fourth and the fifth, then Ethereum itself, right? Ethereum itself might put in, an A, B, C, C. You could even have you could really have a flat. You could have a flat. You could have an A, B, C. You have an A, B, C, right? Like there's just tons of things with Ethereum right now. So either way, I'm still bullish on Ethereum, but right, I'm not sure. I'm always flip-flopping back with this idea, but I do still think Ethereum will hit higher prices. I just don't know if it's going to be, a bullish setup or a bearish setup. It's really rough to really pinpoint that right now. As long as, we do have, we do have this idea that a couple times that it did hit this golden pocket, it reversed. Okay. It did reverse a couple times. It did hit this golden pocket. So, Ethereum has been a pretty big disappointment. No 4-week buy, 3-week buy signal. You got bullish divergence. You got lower lows. You got higher lows. That's actually really nice to see. That's really nice to see. After all this bearish divergence, clearing it out, at least on this indicator, right? Clearing out all of this bearish divergence with this lower low, right? Taking out this low while maintaining higher prices. To me, that looks pretty good, right? To me, that does look pretty good, and we need Ethereum to figure out itself before alts can actually do something. So, it's a pretty good day, though. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty good day. Look at Buttcoin. Juicy's probably going crazy in the Discord. He's probably going crazy. I gotta follow up with that dude. Juicy's he's invested into some funky ones. Buttcoin, and then Dog in Me, that was from Wednesday. But other than that, that's kind of what I got for today. Covered a lot of stuff today. The Clarity Act thing, we're waiting on that. Middle East stuff, waiting on that. Really just kind of hanging out and waiting. It's not that nothing is going on. It's just it's kind of the lull right now. It's kind of the calm before the storm. Again, I'll be back on Wednesday. Unless there's any last minute requests. If there's any last minute requests, I'll check them out real quick. I'll do some quick ones. I got to go work out. Got to go get the blood flowing. If there's any others, it's been great having you guys all today. Some great thoughts, great ideas. I will say, Phoenix, before I bounce, if you're still here, what would be your invalidation for Bitcoin, right? For the low to be in, what would be your invalidation? I've never asked that actually. You're in validation for Bitcoin for the low to be in. Right? What price would it have to defeat? What level would it have to hold or back test? Um, would it have to form bullish divergence on the weekly chart? A lot of people people have different things. We'll see if Phoenix and oh, look at this consolidating in between. Still in the golden zone. Green dot, very nice. Very, very, very nice. Green dot, okay. Bullish divergence. This other's dominance is had a green dot with bullish divergence on the monthly chart. That's crazy, and it hasn't moved. It's just gone sideways. Look at that. Got this right here, and it ran up. Got this, ran up. Definitely different than this right now. This is just sideways. This chart hasn't actually gone sideways. It's kind of crazy. It's only V-shaped. Maybe sideways down here a little bit. But not much, right? Not much. All right, Phoenix says, when we break 60 on the RSI in a meaningful way, I will be bullish on the weekly. Okay. 60. Do you use the RSI 14? That's what I use. I'm gonna put a green dot, a green line on there, and we're gonna see. We are going to see. Okay. So break of the RSI 60. Okay. Meaningful way. Something like that. Like that. Like that. Okay. Got you. All right. We marked it. I marked it down. Cool. Cool, cool. I got that marked on there. So when it breaks it, I'm going to be, hey, because we both know it is going to break it. It's just a matter of when. Just a matter of when at this point. And look at that. You want to see something that bears really don't want to see? I know I'm blind, but I see it. This right here. Actual momentum. Actual momentum. See this right back here in December? This didn't have anything down here. Didn't have any momentum. This, I just saw that. Wow. That is great with the stochastic at the 100. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'll be back again on Wednesday. I'll be covering a bunch of stuff, a little bit more macro charts, checking out any kind of, I think maybe I'll go live on Thursday instead. Maybe I'll go live on Thursday. Hey, I'm gonna be with you, brother. I'll be with you, and we're gonna be enjoying some good times because I know you had your eyes on it, and so we are both looking for higher targets in the future for sure. We are of the few, the people who are not scared of crypto are, I think, the ones that I think they will survive. I think we'll survive. I think we'll get through it. And until then, until Wednesday, right? I hope you guys have a great day. If you guys are interested in a free Discord, Phoenix can attest to it. Everyone is welcome. If you're bearish, if you're bullish, if you like crypto, if you hate it, if you like traditional stocks, if you like precious metals, come on through, check it out. Great community. Not blowing you guys up. Typically, we'll try to post 2 to 3 times a week on an idea to get some kind of thoughts going. And always, as always, I do thank you for your support. I thank you for your time. Thank you for stopping by and just supporting the channel. I really do. So until Wednesday, take it easy. Have a great day. Peace.